We did it, guys! 1,000 subscribers! We're back with our original number. Well, at least if we actually include the number from my Let's Play channel. We have returned to the original number of subscribers I used to have. This calls for a celebration. And to get back to 1,000 subscribers, it only took us about 3 years. Where did the time go? October 2010. Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 finally came out. And to my and probably a lot of other people's surprise, I found out that there was no story mode in this game. Instead, we had this Galaxy mode. And I don't know why, but for some reason, I was always a little disappointed that in that one game, there was no story mode, no way to reenact the actual battles from the actual story. Well, Galaxy mode does that a little, but there's no cutscene or anything, so I don't know, it doesn't feel like a story mode to me. But one day, one very special day in late 2010, I actually spotted a certain option just when I was about to have a match against a friend online. That option is this one right here. I was going to create a match, in player match to play with a friend, and I saw that make appeal thing. I was curious and decided to check out what those were, and that's when it struck me. The option saying, hoping for reenactments from original. Hoping for reenactments from original. Hoping for reenactments from original. When I saw that, I immediately thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we actually did reenactments from the original stories, but while fighting online? I asked my RDView42, which was the friend I was playing with at the time, and he agreed. But as you know, at the time, reenactments were not exactly what they are today. Back then, when it all started out, it was only a regular battle between me and Fire Davio. I mean, there was no opening sequence and no ending sequence. The music used was the music from the actual game. There was nothing replaced, barely any editing. In fact, I don't think there was any editing at all back then. All we did was actually use the moves on each character that was actually used in the anime or the manga in the actual order it was meant to be used. But aside from that, we were having an actual battle. We just had to make sure that the winner will be the right one in the right way. That's it. A simple battle, that's all there was to it. Nothing else. No hesitating, no figuring out which punching or kicking is done. Just fighting it out at our best and doing the moves on each character, trying not to forget any of them. We made sure that the best one of us actually played with the one that scored the worst hit. The only exception being that since I main Krillin, if Krillin was in the episode, I'd be the one playing with him. It wasn't until episode 2 of the Re-enactment that I actually decided that I should try and make an opening and an ending sequence. I asked Davey what he thought of it and he said that'd be a good idea. So I went along and I produced an opening for the remaining episodes. And later on I actually remastered those first 2 episodes and added in the opening. All I did was grab a few moments from the 2 episodes we already had, and actually added a few other moments from episodes that we created that were coming on. So that wasn't really that hard. And as far as the ending sequence goes, I figured that the best credits would be, along with showing who did what on the episodes. In the footage you see, I wanted to have both of our mains. So I did it the best way I could, showing that Davio was better than me. So obviously I had his main, Super Vegito, beat my main, Krillin. And to this day Krillin is still in the credits. We were just beginners back then, and quickly we realized how popular the idea of reenactments was getting. So we decided to keep a steady schedule and make at least 3 episodes per week, one every day of the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You have no idea how much of a mistake that was, because we quickly ran into problems. You have no idea. We were doing everything online, and suddenly everything exploded on us. Yeah, we lost our connection, and for some reasons we were unable to connect to each other for a while. So I ended up alone, on my own. I didn't want to be late, so I decided to figure out a way to do everything on my own, by myself. But the main problem is, I had no idea about the replay mode in 2-player versus. And I went actually use the training mode so I could actually have the computer character react to everything I did. That was not a cup of tea, let me tell you that. Yes, that was very hard. And that was only the beginning of our problems. Soon my schedule and Davio's schedule were not meeting up again, so I ended up having to fight on my own in training mode for a few more episodes. But that was a real problem. I eventually needed help, because not knowing about multiplayer replay mode, I was truly going to need help very soon. And the help I did get, because many of the subscribers I had at the time realized that I was actually struggling with my episodes. And a lot of you commented saying you wanted to help me with my episodes. Some of you even went as far as actually adding me on PS3 and saying you wanted to help right there. So I took a look at every single one of them who wanted to help, and I chose one. That's when Dark Halo came into the picture, and we started making a few episodes together. Of course, at the time, he was only a backup, as Fire Review 42 was still my main helper for the series. What you see here now is what was Dark Halo's first episode, and I was not editing at all yet, or barely, and you can tell probably from this footage here with the sloppy reactions we have. Now we could think that everything was alright and no more problems could arise, but dead wrong. Sure, now I had helper from Fire Devio 42 and my backup as Darkano. But 2011 had a lot of surprises for us. A lot of bad surprises. In April 2011, there was an attack from the hackers known as Anonymous on the PlayStation Network. What happened is that they did a denial of service attack, which meant that nobody was able to log in on their PlayStation Network account. And as a result, that meant that I and my friends who were helping me during the reenactment, we were unable to do anything. In fact, there was nothing we could do online because the online wasn't working anymore. And as a result, I was once again ended up alone to do the episode, because this time, even if I wanted to ask for help online, that was literally impossible because of the unavailability of the PlayStation Network. And now, thankfully, I had figured out the replay mode of multiplayer on Raging Blast 2, so at least I was able to work things out that way. But this was my first experience doing this, and it was my first time actually doing the whole episode on my own. I actually had to go and watch the full episode and then reenact it by myself. I had to take a lot of notes to do this right. You have no idea. But aside from that, this was a long run because the attack on the network happened for a while, and I had a lot of episodes to make. I mean, I was still running 3 episodes every day, and that meant I had a lot to do. I think I actually had to do the entire Frieza saga on my own because of that. So thanks a lot, Anonymous. When the attack on the network finally ended, I unfortunately had to hire Darkano as my main helper because Fire Devio 42 was no longer available. However, it was finally the last of my problems. We actually managed to complete the entire Dragon Ball Z series on January 2012 with no more problem on our way. And that was awesome. So we thought, finally, the problems are over. Well, if you think problems are done and over with, you get another major problem on your way. One major problem. One that hit me very hard. In November 2011, I received a strike. And then I got another one in December. And then, 2 months later, February 2012, on the 10th, I received that message. Dear Sonak, we have disabled the following material as a result of a third-party notification from Toei Animation, claiming that this material is infringing. This is the third notification we have received alleging copyright infringement in one of your postings. Consequently, your account has been terminated. That's right. On the 10th of February 2012, my account was terminated. But thankfully, a few months before, because I received another strike before that last one, I was smart enough to actually create a backup account. And this is the account I am using today, my Sonic DBZR account. Now then, if we head back to YouTube and check out the info on my channel, we should be able to see when exactly I have created my this backup account. That has of course now become my usual account, because it's no longer a backup, it's the one I've been using since the 10th of February, the day that I started massively uploading everything on this channel. That took a few days, and I had a few episodes to remake because I lost a lot of them. But let's see, where is this? Can I see it there? No, I don't think so. Maybe on the About tab. Let's see. Ah, yes, right here. This backup was actually created on November 22nd, 2011. And as you can see here, there are a few other things that I actually created as backups. There is that website and those forums, which I'm going to talk about in just a few moments. But yeah, I'm using that backup now as my main channel because, well, because that's what I gotta do. As for the website, it was actually created a bit later. It was actually made because I wanted to store my episodes somewhere because I lost quite a bit of them. Yes, I had to redo quite a lot. However, now I'm abandoning it. I have a USB drive now where I keep all of the episodes. And this forum was created at the same time as the website to get the community to talk about them, and there was not much going on anymore. I used Face... What? Wait, whoa, what? Dave, you posted here 2 months ago? What? That's puzzling. I didn't even know he posted here a few months ago. I think I'm going to check what he posted about. I'm already curious now. Oh, it's on one of my own topics. Yeah, not much going on here. Yes, the forum is barren. Yes, you're right, Dave. But that's because Eva and I have abandoned it. I'll get into what I'm doing now a bit later. Now, re-uploading the Saiyan saga and the Namek saga, it wasn't that big of a deal. It only took me about 2 days. Started uploading on the 10, and I finished uploading the Namek saga, I believe, on the 12, as we are about to see here if we go down to the bottom of the screen. And yes, the 12, Frieza defeated on the 12. Yep. I finished uploading the Saiyan and the Frieza saga in 2 days. However, after that, I had to restore episode 50 because another Super Saiyan, which is right here, was actually episode 49. And I wanted to re-upload everything in chronological order. And I wanted 50 to remain 50, 100 to remain 100, and 150 to remain 150. So that was a lot of thinking to do there. But after I finished restoring the 50 episode, which was hard because I first thought I lost the original episode 50. I later found it, but I thought I lost it, so I completely remade it out of the original episodes. Yeah, I had to rush it, I admit. This restored version of episode 50 is rushed. I confess, it is rushed. If you want the real deal, you should watch the original. Although the restoration version, it includes a few scenes that you can see here that I made private, so you cannot watch them apart. But the real struggle began when I actually reached... If it just loads... There we go. The real struggle began when I reached the first movies after the Namek saga and the Android saga itself. Because for the movies, I took what I had, instead of re-uploading everything in parts, I decided, you know what, those are movies. So I figured, why should I upload them in parts? I have no restriction in this channel, so why upload in parts? So I took all of the parts that I had for every single movie of the series, not just those 4, and then I fusioned them together. But anyway, but the real struggle was really once I reached the Android saga, because I had actually lost most of the episodes, and I had to redo a lot of them. Yeah. And it was not a good time to reach out to either Fire Devio or Darkado, so I had to redo them on my own. But it wasn't so bad after all, because in the end it allowed me to turn some episodes that were actually not real reenactments into actual reenactments. Because episodes where the characters were usually just training, back then I was just using a regular battle. I was just fighting all out for no reasons. So in this one, I took this opportunity to actually make actual reenactments out of the training episode when the Henry saga began. So that's why what you see right now seems to have a lot of editing. I mean, I did the solo training, the gravity room training, the training with Goku, Gohan and Piccolo. I mean everything as close as possible to the actual episodes. And also, one bonus of doing everything myself, for the next episode, the rule of only using Raging Blast 2 for the reenactment, because like I said before, when it all started it was Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 Re-enactment. Now, I was also using Ultimate Tenkaichi because the game was out by now, and I figured why not, this will actually make the episode a little bit longer, and it will just make them even better, and it will help for better comprehension of the episode itself, I guess. So why not? Let's go and use Ultimate Tenkaichi in a Raging Blast 2 Re-enactment. That just made things better in my remasterization of everything after I lost everything. And now I've come very far, and I know it, because you all are here for me. So far that I even forget things sometimes. Yeah, I came this close to actually forgetting about talking about this one. Now, at the beginning of this year, when I took into matter the fact that I kinda gave up both the website and the forums, I decided YouTube comments are not enough. I mean, with the whole Google Plus ordeal and all of that crap right now, sometimes some people just can't express their stuff. So for those who can't, there you have it. There is a Facebook page for you to share all of your stuff on my reenactments and what is stories. I created it at the beginning of the year, and there may only be 19 of you right now, but I still thank the 19 of you that are here now, and hopefully this number is going to grow as much as the YouTube subscribers have. And I use this place to simply announce the episodes and just, I don't know, allow other people to react to them. I will, however, sometimes put a news message, because, you know, on YouTube, I cannot do that anymore. So if you want to follow me, and make sure you stay up to date on everything, especially on episode 300, well, this page is the place to go if you want to know what's going on. Other than that, I don't think there's much left for me to say. So I thank you all for being a loyal subscriber for this long, and for making me reach 1,000 subscribers. This is very awesome. Now, I've done a lot. I restored episodes, I remastered a lot, and I've even fusioned the movies all together. For those wondering, the answer is yes. I will be eventually doing those reenactments of episode of Bardock, Battle of Z, that possibly upcoming movie, if it's possible at all, and whatever other Z-series reenactment that's not done yet. One day it will be done. Battle of Gods is in the plan, and so is episode of Bardock. Don't ask me when, I don't know, but it is in the plans. Now, for this channel, I have done quite a lot. I have actually finished the Z-series, as well as going as far as actually making episodes that did not even exist back on the old channel. I mean, back then, it actually stopped when I defeated the Kid Buu, but now it goes all the way to the fight between Goku and Hoob. And then, I even continued. I actually decided to do a GT reenactment, and that was not Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 reenactment anymore, because for GT, I had to use a lot of Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for that. I do admit doing the Dragon Ball, the Black Dragon Ball saga was literally impossible, or almost impossible, so I nearly skipped right over to the Baby saga, but then I continued with the Baby Vegeta saga. Wait, that's the same saga, isn't it? Then I followed with the Super 117 saga, and I finished with the Shadow Dragon saga. I went all the way. And now today, I'm doing, I came all the way back to the beginning of the Dragon Ball series. I decided to actually do episodic versions of Dragon Ball, using Dragon Ball Origins and Dragon Ball Origins 2, and also sometimes Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and Revenge of King Piccolo when it's possible. And there's also all those what if stories that I do now. I know you guys are enjoying them because sometimes they are more watched than the reenactments themselves. But I won't stop reenactments or what if stories. I know you like them both. So I know I've come a long way, and I plan to keep going. Especially with Dragon Ball Reverse, I know you guys are actually liking it. But I'm not the author, guys, you have to know. Super Saiyan God Son Goku is the author of that series. All I do is actually adapt it to video. That's all I do myself. So, once again, I thank you all for your support. Thank you for watching this special video. And I hope you are all going to be here for whenever I reach the next milestone. But for now, I bid you goodbye. Oh, and just so you know, guys, I'm not bald, and I don't wear like glasses. We'll meet again soon.
そうさ僕たちは天使だった空の上から愛の種をまき散らしてこの星から悲しみ消したかったねえ広いブルースカイ見上げていると雪が湧かないか背中の羽はなくしたけれどまだ不思議な力残ってる To my friend 光を抱いて夢を見ようよほら君の瞳に虹がかかる街に寄れたと君は言うけど今も透き通る